veneers to close the spacing, how it will look. If we use laminates to close the spacing, how it will look. Maybe what will be the effect of pre and post. The maximum kind of challenges happen, especially in aesthetic or cosmetic dentistries, when there's an expectation mismatch between the operator and the patient. There was a software which helped us show how we will look after different kind of haircuts. So I thought it will be so much amazing if we can actually choose our own smile.
Hi viewers, welcome back to your channel Dental Treasures, where we explore the latest advancement in dentistry. Today we'll dive into the fascinating world of digital dentistry, which is a game changer in revolutionizing the way we practice dentistry. The esteemed speakers for today's session is Dr. Neha Sarda and Dr. Neha Andare, who will be discussing the intricacies of digital dentistry. Dr. Neha Sarda is highly skilled in performing aesthetic dental procedure. She is also proficient at creating and managing successful local program to raise awareness. She's a flexible team player with strong leadership and management skills. She's a part of Smile 3D in Kundanahalli region of Bangalore. Their recent initiative involves using scan design print technology for dentistry. They provide in-house OPG, CBCT, intraoral and extraoral scanners, implant guides and smile design templates. So doctor, welcome to Dental Treasures.
Thank you, Dr. Prince, for giving me the opportunity to be a part of the series of the Dental Treasures. It'll be fun to share our journey of digital dentistry with the viewers here. Hope this inspires you to get down to your journey of digital dentistry.
So, doctor, what are the major perks of implementing digital technology in regular dental practice?
So I think we are definitely going into a more better and better era of experience. So I would say first thing is a patient experience. The patient experience of having a scan versus a regular old adjunct impression is almost 4x times better. Right. So patient experience I would rate as the most highest incentive or the perk for us to go digital. Apart from that, definitely we are going much more better on precision. Right, the old era of having a an impression, pouring, so we are almost avoiding the 3 steps error in capturing it in the form of a scanner, intraoral scanner, and when comes with the precision comes the less and less error, so less number of repeats. And here I would also want to add on things like having a CBCT done before an implant. It helps beautifully in planning the treatment, and we can almost foresee what is the final product going to be. So I think from my end it would be precision, better timing. We can save a lot of time of the patient as well as the operator, and less errors. So altogether, I think it's a beautiful experience that we are giving to the patient.
So there are traditional doctors who's into practice for many decades. Do you think it's a challenge for them to shift to digital dentistry?
So Dr. Prince, here I would definitely want to quote my dad. He's been practicing for the last 49 years, Dr. Harish Rathi from Nagpur. And there were times when I had seen him actually do the wire bending, Beg's technique, age old. I don't think so you were even practicing at that time. But yeah, from there, making those 40 to 50 wires every night to prepare and give it to the patients next day. And from there, we have moved to intraoral scan for aligners. So I see the journey has been very beautiful and amazing. So I think as a fraternity, we need to get more and more advanced, work towards adapting better technologies in our day-to-day dentistry. I think once we decide that, there might be a little bit hindrance as to manage your energy, effort, work around your finances, to move on from traditional to a more a digital advanced dentistry. But I think once we decide that, then the journey should be very smooth, and it should be as smooth as changing your old Maruti to a new fancy Gen Z car.
Yeah. Right. Most of the patients are used to the traditional method of dental treatment, and I'm sure some of the patients will be not interested or enthusiastic, especially when you talk about the digital dental treatment. So how do you convince them?
So here, Prince, I would want to add that change is the only constant in life, right? Parivartan hi जीवन का नियम है. So if we resist change, there is no moving from point A to B. right? So I think we have to decide that, yeah, we are ready for this change from traditional old age method to newer technologies, right? Not only in dentistry, in all the areas, right? But in dentistry, obviously, there is a huge change that is visible even in the way we transition from traditional to the newer technology. Like, for example, when we do an intraoral scan of the patient, I mean, that's how I tell the patient that let us do a scan for you, and then maybe we can show you immediately how your smile is going to look like.
Preview.
Yeah, the preview, absolutely. In fact, there are so many softwares right now in the market. Like DSD is one of the most popular and the most heard about, read about digital smile design, right? It's very popular in US and UK, and I'm sure it's making its way to India as well. So that will help us, give us the final output of how the patient's smile is going to look. So we can choose, like, do we use aligners to close the spacing, how it will look. If we use laminates to close the spacing, how it will look. Maybe what will be the effect of pre and post of bleaching. So imagine we can actually give the options, as well as we and the patient both can foresee. I think the maximum kind of challenges happen, especially in aesthetic or cosmetic dentistries, when there's an expectation mismatch between the operator and the patient, right? So if we are able to show them what it is going to look like, right? And now with digitization, we can achieve close to 90% of it. So I think that that kind of really motivates them.
Yeah, and they get a clarity.
Absolutely.
And
Yes.
I think that is a big motivation.
Yeah. I mean, and I think, we all are ready for change. It's like, we are moving from our age-old car to all the new Gen Z cars. So I think once we've decided that, then we just have to work around our, effort, time, and obviously finances to, make things go in a more digital way.
And also we can customize the patient's laugh depending on the personality.
Absolutely, yes. In fact, the first time, I'm going to quote an example, the first time I saw this digitization was in Bombay, and there just the way Lenskart would help us choose a spec, there was a software which, helped us show how we will look after different kind of haircuts. So, I thought it'll be so much amazing if we can actually choose our own smile.
Also, doctor, can you give us some of the examples where this is implemented in the medical practice?
Absolutely. So medical fraternity was much before they adapted digitization, much before dentistry. Knee transplant, robotic surgeries, hip replacement. I think all these have been happening. In fact, I had a word with one of the knee transplant specialists in Bangalore, and he was saying 1 in 4 knee transplants are custom printed. Right? So I think we are all on our way forward. Right? So, and as dentists, if we join this race, it will be really amazing for us, as well as the better experience that we can give to our patients.
Doctor, can you tell the price range for various digital dental treatment and also the price range for the equipments?
Yes, yeah. It's a very interesting question. I think that's the one thing that patients want to know, the first thing. So I would say here the price range of the digital dental treatment varies just like our normal dental treatments. Like, if you're making a digital dental single unit crown, we could charge anything ranging from 10 to 15,000 to 25,000 depending on the material that we are choosing. Right? But the price range goes in a more the numbers get higher when we're looking at a smile design, complete smile design, like the digitally planned complete smile design, which will typically includes the front, upper 6 and the lower 6. So like covering our entire smile line. And there the price range would vary depending on whether we're choosing laminates, veneers, the type like, Emax, zirconia. But here the range to the patient would be anything ranging from a lakh to 1.5 lakh in case if we have to also work around contouring the gums. So all this, the software helps us in planning.
So in case the patient wants only the preview with the help of a digital software, how much do you think you can charge?
So we're typically charging 1,000 for a scan. And you can choose like depending on what type of scanners, because in market also now we see a wide variety of scanners, right, starting from Korean to Taiwan made, which will cost us anything from 12 to 14 lakh. They have a lot of EMI options as well if somebody wants to start, to obviously the Serona, Prime Connect, Plan Mecca, which are in the range of 25 to 30 lakhs. So it's up to us where and how our comfort is, and we choose to go ahead on.
Can we get these scanners for rent?
We do. In fact, Bangalore has a lot of, in fact, a lot of labs are also sending these scanners for rent. So, I mean, if you have a patient, you can pre-schedule it, and, absolutely. And that's, so in case initially, if we do not want to make that in-house investment, it's very easily available on rent. Yeah.
And how much would that cost? Rent?
So typically for one scan, they're charging in the market around 2,000, right? So depending on that, you can plan it out.
This is our digital setup, and we have a digital intraoral scan.
So imagine now if we have to place 6 implants on the top and 6 on the bottom, and if we have integrated our CBCT with the intraoral scan, we do not need to do a cut open surgery for placing 6 implants. It could be only punch hole.
The scanner tip has to move at a constant speed, and it has to be kept at a distance of 3 to 5 mm from the tooth.